CEO back in the house again. Man, look, dropping gems on you guys in these series of videos talking about the book. The book. I need you to get hooked on the book. Country CEO. There's only one of these, y'all. Y'all need to go get that. Amazon, Kindle, ACX in the audio version. Can't beat it, y'all. Look, I've been talking about the book. You've walked with me through chapter number 1. Now let's move to chapter number 2 in the book. And I want to be able to talk to you about this thing right there, right? How to find, did you see that? There it is. How to find a good dump truck. Well. CEO, how do I go about, what do I need to look at with a different dump truck? This is going to probably be 2 or 3 videos right here because this is a lot of information. Let's talk about, first of all, and I'm answering questions that I always get, right? What do I look for in a good dump truck? Let's start right there. Okay. All right. Good, and I'm assuming good used dump truck, right? Because if new, you ain't worrying about, certain things, right? All right, number 1, good used dump truck. 18,000 pound to 20,000 pound front axles. This is for a triaxle. Now, obviously for a quad, you can use those same specs, but you might want to go up a little bit. If it's a quad, 20,000 pound to 22,000 pound fronts. All right. Triaxle 18 to 20, quad axle 20 to 22. Rear axle weight rating. Triaxle 44 to 46,000 pounds. Right. Quad axle 46 to 48 or even to 50. Okay. All right. So let me recap that. I just wanted to give you the quad axle specs because I got a quad axle now and I threw that in there. But more common specs, triaxle, 18 to 20,000 pound fronts, 44 to 46,000 pound rears. Quad axle, 20 to 22,000 pound fronts, 46 to 50,000 pound rear ends. Okay. All right. And like I say, and you can go up. Okay. There's no problem with going up. Just don't go down. All right. Spring suspension. Do not go with air ride. Now, here go a couple of exceptions because I know a couple of guys brought this to my attention and it is true. If you know that you ain't going to do nothing but on the road stuff, then okay, you can go with an air ride. But just remember, if you're going to do asphalt, you're going to need to cover up them airbags, and you can do that. And you're going to need to know that you're going to have to dump them bags because you don't want that asphalt getting on them bags. All right? And you're going to still deal with the rocking. But if that's your pleasure and you know you're not going to go ever do any off-road, then hey, float your boat. All right. I'm just the kind of fella I believe in opening myself up to be able to work any and everywhere, do any and everything. So that's why I spec a truck to be able to do it all. Okay. So that's why I say spring suspension, Hendrickson, Chalmers, Camelback, T-Ride, M-Ride, spring suspension. That's all that matters. It's leaf springs. All right. Double frame or thick single frame, right? When I came along, it wasn't no thick single frame. It was just double frame. But recent years, the thick single frame. I got 1 or 2 out here that has a thick single frame. It's working good, okay? So you want that thick double frame suspension, inside rails, or thick single frame. Thick single frame. I'm sorry. I'm not into that. All right. Rear end ratio. That's the gear ratio for your rear ends, which is going to determine pulling power and speed. What I've said is 410 or higher. Higher meaning 422s, 424s, 464s, 46, going higher. All right. I know some people have advocated lower. All right. But that depends on what you're doing. Here in the swamps of South Louisiana, and I know we're not the only state with bad ground, we need pulling power with a combination of speed to be able to do what we do. Right? And I found personally the 4 24s, 422 seem to be the perfect combination of power and speed. But you 411s have worked. 410s have worked, right? My good friend Justin Sturgill, I think he says he runs 391s, I want to say it's on his rear end. So he runs a more speedy rear end. All right, but that doesn't work for us down here in South Louisiana. I've seen guys snap them, just don't have the pulling power. And don't get me wrong, some of it is driver error as well, right? Driver error as well. All right, but that's what we do. We advocated 410s and higher. All right, obviously electric torque. All right, transmission, we went with, I've been advocating the Allison automatic. I just wouldn't go back to anything else these days. That automatic, you're not as tired, it's a winner. And the Allison seems to be the king. That ultra shift Eaton, people have had trouble out that thing. All right, I almost would rather see you go if you go with the Mac automatic than that Eaton ultra shift. The Allison though is the king. She's a beauty. All right, engine 350 horsepower and higher. All right, most people want to say, man, you need at least a 4.7. That's fine. The lowest I got is a 405 in this 18 Mac I got. Everything else is higher than that. Right, internationals, I got 515 Cummins. Don't need all that engine, but that's just what it came with. But if you got a 350 initial starter truck, trust me, it will be enough engine. I had a 350 Cummins in my first truck. I've had 350s in Max. It's enough power, trust me. All right, so we've talked about really what the specs should look like, the specifications, right? 350 engine, Allison automatic, 410 or higher on your rear end ratio, thick double frame or thick single frame, your 18 to 20,000 pound fronts, your 44 to 46,000 pound rear ends. All right, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? These are just the specs and how you want it to be. We'll talk about some other things in the next one. All right, high lift gate is fine. You want the high lift gate? Thought about that. That is great. That will work well in these days and times. You get the high lift gate where it lifts up. It'll save your gate some wear and tear. And you can haul tree limbs, tree stumps, tear down houses with that, right? You want to be able to do it all. Oh, left. One final thing. The bed. I get it all the time about, what about an aluminum bed? Well, if you're just going to haul dirt and asphalt and things like that that are not going to tear it up, go for it. But if you're going to be hauling riprap, broke up asphalt, broke up concrete, that aluminum bed ain't going to make it long. I'm here to tell you. All right, so you got to make a decision. Are you going to want to limit yourself to that stuff? You know you ain't going to haul none but asphalt, things like that. Or if you want to be ready for everything, go ahead and get that steel box, okay? That's it. Told you this is going to be a big one. This was a big video here, 7-8 minutes. But I'm coming back with some more stuff about Chapter 2, about finding a good trunk truck. See you in the next one.